What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and we know that Lucasfilm has been pushing Star Wars: The High Republic, and one of the biggest selling points that they have been using is the fact that this world is created out of diversity and representation, that those were main focal points that they used when making Star Wars: The High Republic. But as we have seen time and time again with Disney Star Wars, they will virtue signal, they will pretend to care about all these different types of people, but when money's on the line, when they think they can make a buck, they will go back on that and they will crawl on their hands and knees to China to try to sell them their product. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Star Wars: The High Republic, because the diversity and the representation, all of that portion of the High Republic, well, that's not for Chinese audiences. So they are releasing a web novel in conjunction with supporters of the Chinese Communist Party for Chinese audiences only. I wonder if that'll be filled with all the diversity and representation. Spoiler alert, it won't be. Take a look here. This is from Jar Jar Abrams. Lucasfilm made a China-exclusive novel that fits the values of the Chinese Communist Party. The woke republic is only for the Western audiences. Now we are going to take a look at this video. It includes Kathleen Kennedy talking about how much they love their Chinese Star Wars audience and the author of this new web novel as well. But a few things I wanted to point out before we get to it. This is Anna, that Star Wars girl. Lucasfilm's new project with China literature that takes place in a certain part of the Star Wars galaxy where only a certain type of people are found that will not be translated into English. And I think that is an important part. And the reason that it won't be translated into English is because this is specifically made for China, for the Chinese audience. So what are they putting in there? What are they trying to change Star Wars into that won't be translated to English? And you can see the reasoning from Matt Martin given right here. Any reason why it's Chinese exclusive if it's High Republic era? Seems those of us in the States might miss out on important info that's part of the publishing initiative for the High Republic era. Matt Martin, story group member, replies, it's built specifically to avoid that. The same way the Chinese audience probably won't be reading the American High Republic stories. I don't know why you said American High Republic. I think the vast majority of other countries are going to be reading that same version. But for China, you have something different. And over here on Disney Star Wars is Dumb, he reported on this earlier today. Lucasfilm joins forces with Communist China. And I want you guys to listen to this. Some of it is in Chinese, and I will do the reading and translating for you so you don't have to read all of it. But it's very, very interesting. So let's take a listen to Kathleen Kennedy. Prepare for cringe.
Ni hao to all of our Star Wars fans in China. I'm so pleased to share with you that...
Keep in mind that Rise of Skywalker made, I think, less than $20 million in all of China when it released. So there's not many Star Wars fans in China. That's probably why you're trying to change Star Wars, why you're trying to make something specifically for this audience that's not actually Star Wars.
That the first Star Wars web fiction, Star Wars: The Vow of Silver Dawn, will premiere on the China Literature app. We're joining forces with China Literature to tell stories within the Star Wars galaxy.
We're very excited to be partnering with Disney and Lucasfilm to co-develop a web fiction telling the story of a galaxy far, far away. From this collaboration, we hope to create an innovative story immersed with Star Wars fans' elements that resonate, and also help promote cultural exchange. We know that's what the Chinese Communist Party in China are all about. They're all about different ideas blending together, right? Diversity and representation. Yeah, I'm sure. Here we go.
A story about a Jedi having to find other ways to live, other ways to express their heroship, and ultimately regaining their faith in the Jedi Order. Our protagonist is a Padawan named Sean.
He is very lively, young, full of ideas and energy, dynamic and ambitious, like many young adults nowadays. I hope the audience will appreciate and like this new character. And this is the author, right? This is the author of Star Wars: The Vow of Silver Dawn. His name is His Majesty the King. That is quite a name. I don't know if that's a normal Chinese name, if that's a pen name of some sort. That is quite the name. His Majesty the King.
It is also one of our first collaborations with a Chinese author who has been really given charge to help render a Star Wars story that speaks to them, speaks to the culture they're from, and brings very specific Chinese perspectives to their world building. Just in the same way that we and George Lucas craft Star Wars from his influences.
So, in the same way that George Lucas crafted Star Wars, George Lucas made Star Wars. It is George Lucas's baby. That is Star Wars. Now, the idea of wanting Star Wars to be for everyone, of course it should be. But what you shouldn't do is change what is at the heart of Star Wars, what Star Wars has been built on, and change it to try to get this audience, to try to get that Chinese money, because we know that is what you are doing, Lucasfilm. To hear someone describe it like that, I don't dig that. In addition to familiar Star Wars elements such as lightsabers and Jedi worldview delivered by the Vow of Silver Dawn is fascinating. It's a rich story. It's a rich story filled with intriguing details to entice and engage readers. The partnership between China Literature and Disney to co-develop a web fiction telling a story in a galaxy far, far away, in a way also shows online literature's inclusiveness, as well as the ability to integrate stories from different regions, cultures, and backgrounds around the world. We will get to that. We will get to the type of diversity that shows up in this book.
We're always looking at relevant ways to share Star Wars stories globally. The teams at China Literature, Disney and Lucasfilm have done a fabulous job at creating a fantastic and authentic Star Wars story that we can't wait to share with Chinese audiences. I'm so thrilled with this new narrative in this new format and can't wait for you all to enjoy it as well.
Star Wars is a galaxy with so many stories that so many people can relate to. And we couldn't be more excited to be debuting this story in this new format.
I'm really looking forward to reading this Star Wars webfiction in Chinese. May the Force be with you.
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 Oh, God. All right. So there you have it. Now, that is from, again, Jar Jar Abrams. I will leave a link to that video in his channel in the comments below. But it's just so ironic, right? And when you look into this, here is a, what is this? This is Sixth Tone. In a market far, far away, Star Wars launches Chinese web novel. And I think this is one of the very important parts here. When you talk about the diversity, they really want to show a diverse and inclusive world. That's part of what the High Republic was. However, when you look at this, the Distant Star System, says Juan, is uniquely Chinese corner of the Star Wars universe. Although populated by some recognizable races from the Star Wars universe, Twi'leks, Rodians, Wookiees, and the like, it mostly consists of a race of humans with black hair and dark eyes whose given names, space food, architecture, values, cultures, and habitats reflect those of the Chinese. So you are changing Star Wars. Star Wars has always inherently been diverse with all the different creatures and all the different people that are living there. That is one of the reasons that when people go out and they say, we need to make the focus on diversity, we need to focus on representation as opposed to the story, that is a problem. And the same thing is here, right? You are changing Star Wars to appeal to this corner of the market, and you're not even going to translate it to English so you can hide what people are actually saying. Now, we do have some people that are taking it upon themselves, some fans who are translating this. I do intend to read through this because I want to know what they're slipping in there. I want to know what Lucasfilm is saying to China to appeal to the communist state of China and to try to get them to enjoy Star Wars, to like Star Wars, and to promote Star Wars. Now, this isn't the first time we have had something that hasn't been in English. Famously, or infamously maybe, very long time ago, there was a series of Han trilogy books from Hungary. They were written in Hungarian, and they were never translated to English. They weren't even official until Lucasfilm realized that someone had written these long time ago, and they realized what the content was. Like, these are actually really cool. We're going to adopt these, and we're going to license them. But, I mean, you're obviously going to have to give us all the money that comes from this. They're actually being translated into English recently. And here they are right now. These are those four that I'm talking about, the Hungarian Han Solo novels from a long, long time ago. But that hasn't been seen in years. Now we have this happening. We have them deciding to focus on the market and change Star Wars to tell a story in China. And we know what that will be. We've seen what they've done before and how they've tried to change Star Wars in the marketing and so forth for China. You know, when they took Finn from a focal point down to this, because we all know that China loves diversity, right? You decide to make the High Republic completely focused on diversity and representation, but to appeal to China, you go, well, I mean, not there though. Okay, we understand. It is a fake virtue signal from Lucasfilm. That's what we have known the entire time. They don't actually care about these quote-unquote marginalized groups of people or their representation. They care about trying to appeal to certain people. And when it comes to getting that Chinese money, they don't care about these virtue signals here in the West. That's just for you to read in the High Republic. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.